Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. I know I am. I'm sorry for being gone for a while. I've been busy and working on the new set. This is, again, the biggest set I've ever worked on. It's not the Lamborghini, it's a new one, and it is like an actual Lego build. So, thanks for being patient with me. We'll get right into it, but real quick, let me know if you like the new setup. I got a desk, and so I can build in my room. So let me know what you guys think. But let's get right into it. And here's the grand reveal for you guys. This is the McLaren P1 from Lego in 1/8 scale. And as you can see just from that angle that I gave you guys, this thing looks awesome and is absolutely huge. I've got this little Speed Champion set for a little comparison, and this thing is almost the size of the wheel of this car. It's absolutely insane how big some of these Lego sets can get to. And I absolutely adore them for that because it gives me something to do for a week. And let's see, first we'll talk about the front of the car. And in my opinion, this looks absolutely great. Let's see, I'll try and angle it to you guys. I think the best part about this is the details on the headlights. As you can see, they got the nice round curve to it or whatever. I'm not sure how to describe it, but they just look absolutely great in my opinion. And they just got the classic like McLaren P1 smile that you're used to seeing. And something else you can see from the front that looks pretty cool is the roof scoop. I think that looks really good. I love how they designed that. You didn't think it'd be like that big of a feature to add, but I think it looks really good, and I'm super happy they decided to add that detail. Let's see, from the angle you're on, I guess we can talk about it. The headlights, I'm not sure how I feel about them. I feel like they're just a tad bit too big, but I might be wrong. I haven't seen much pictures of the car since I never thought I was a huge fan of the McLaren P1 actually, but honestly, the more I looked at this, the more I've built it. I've grown very accustomed to the McLaren P1, and honestly, it's up there one of my favorite cars ever. But still, back to my critique. This is, not sure how I feel about those, but that's it for this side of the car. All right, up next, I think we're going to talk about my, absolute favorite part about this car, just because it works so well and it looks so cool, and that is the butterfly door mechanism. Look at the way that opens up. It is so smooth, and I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the details on the door is insane. They were able to add all the, just ways the air can flow throughout this thing, and it looks absolutely great. I'll see if I can... Whoops, accidentally muted my mic. I'll see if I can open both doors and turn it towards you guys so you can see how it looks. You get the full effect of it. See, I'm not sure if you can see it all too well, but man, this thing just looks absolutely awesome. And, I hope you guys like it as much as I do, because I got really giddy when I started to put this together. But, that's it for the doors. Something quick I forgot to mention, you can open up the hood in the front, and it gives you a little carrying bag that you can build. I thought that was kind of neat, but, not a big deal. The bag isn't as detailed as some of the older 1/8 scale sets from what I've seen, so a little disappointed about that, but... it's not a big deal at all, really, but, just a cool little feature. Also, another thing about the hood is I believe you can hold it open like that. I'm not sure why you would, because, the engine's not here, but, nice to have it anyways. But, that's just a little detail about more of the front of the car. Alright guys, we're going to get into my second favorite part of the car, simply because it's so detailed and it just looks so good. I loved all the detail that went into this back area, especially the engine cover, which I believe can be lift off. It's probably going to be tedious to put it back again, but I'll see what I can do real fast. Oh no, I clicked it into place. Well, I guess we're not removing that. But I'll put up a picture on screen. The engine and the gearbox in this thing looked absolutely insane, and I absolutely enjoyed building it. It all went together very seamlessly, like butter. And I hate to say it, but it went together much better than the blue Lamborghini I put up a while ago. And I think just the way that, Lego goes throughout their build process, this was just a much easier and much more enjoyable build because everything stayed together well and everything works well. But as you can see, you see the way all the air flows into the engine. Everything looks awesome. And next we'll take a look at the headlights, which they killed. Also, you can see the rear exhaust. It looks pretty good. The rear diffusers, taillights. But God, I love the way they were able to do the taillights. They look absolutely awesome. And for probably the coolest part, watch this. Oh my goodness, and it works so well. And the way it comes back forward, oh my goodness, dude. This thing is so damn cool. I hope you guys like that part as much as I do, but that's really it for the rear. On to the next part. Alright, we'll get kind of into the segment I care about the least. Let's see, it's the interior. So it has working gear shifters. They got paddle shifters on the inside behind the steering wheel. It's all right. Something I don't really care for simply because I just don't like move these around. It's a display piece for me. You got working steering wheel, as you can see, or you can't see, but it moves the wheels as most do. And then the seats, honestly, you can't see them, but I don't know. They're not my favorite looking seats I've seen in a Lego car. I don't know. I feel like they leave something to be desired, but that's really it for something I don't really care much about the interior. It's okay. I don't care about it that much, so it's not a big deal, and that's really it for that. All right, guys, we're gonna go into kind of like the last closing details about this thing. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like this as much as I do, because this is now my favorite set. The detail, it's not like completely as detailed as say the Lamborghini, but it works so much better, and everything went together so much better. The pros of this set is that since it's a Lego, the building process is much smoother. I'd say much easier, much more enjoyable, in my opinion, especially compared to the blue Kata set. However, I think with it being a Lego, you sacrifice some exterior detail. But I'm so willing to take that sacrifice if it's much more enjoyable to me, and all the functions work perfectly well. The set is absolutely huge, but honestly, since I didn't have much difficulty with it, I think you've built even just a couple Technic sets before, you could really give this a shot. And coming in at almost 4,000 pieces, this thing will it'll definitely take you a while, but I say that it is completely worth it. You can find this on the MSRP for this thing is a very pretty penny, coming in at about $460. However, and don't tell anyone I told you this, you can probably pick it up on AliExpress. Obviously not Lego quality parts, so it's going to be a little bit harder to put together. You can get it on AliExpress for probably 50 or 60 bucks. But again, don't tell anyone I told you that, because people get angry about that stuff sometimes. But overall, this set is now my absolute favorite. It looks so good, it works so well, and I am so happy with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll give you one more little door opening because it looks so damn cool. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll just see you guys later. Bye-bye.